please me. Just don't leave me alone. I've been left before. How you gonna neglect me? I was made for war. I was meant for the snakes. We not the cowards. So when you lay me behind it, to be your. How long been about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks?
I say about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks, yeah. I had a good time. Spent Christmas out here. I got family out here. Me and bruh building. He had me rolling. He was stupid. Got to run into some of my folks. On top of all that, I really got to clear my mind. Like, be different. If you never get out the, like when you're in a war zone or when you're on the field, I say when you're on the field, you don't notice. It's hard to notice that you got PTSD because everything you're on the field. So everything that comes with being on the field comes with being on the field. But then when you take the break off the field and you're not on the field, it's not high alert, then you notice that you really suffer from PTSD and things of that nature. Like, I remember just from the hustling era, I've been in so many houses that's been raided, doors been kicked in and things of that nature, that like at certain times of night, I can't sleep until a certain time period. Like that 4, 5, 6 in the morning, I have trouble sleeping at them times. I might just get up in the middle of the night. Like, how some people get up to piss, I get up and piss, but I sit down and do things, do the 4, 5, 6, and then around, I'm probably making my prayer, then I go back to sleep. But I know a part of that is like old school paranoia. Like, you like, when you in the game, you're on the field, you get everything that comes with being in the game on the field. So when we were sleeping in them crack houses and them trap houses with all them choppers and all that shit in there, we knew one day they was gonna kick the door in. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? So it's like in a sense you try to prepare for it, or you don't want to be caught by surprise. You know what I mean? Like if y'all gonna come kick the door in there, let me be sitting up in this motherfucker blowing the fat one. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like, you come, but that's
like my transition moved from Detroit to here.
Yeah.
I was paranoid too.
Yeah.
Always watching my back.
Yeah,
always.
No. And you really don't notice sit till you somewhere that nobody don't know you and you still doing shit. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, man, sometimes I feel naked when I don't be, like I be with bruh be rocking right. But I'm used to rocking right, you know what I mean? But sometimes when I pull into different areas, the people I be around me, they ain't gonna let me rock. They gonna be like, "Nah, we got you, bro. You on our ground. And I respect the way I operate. The good fella code of operations and things of that nature. So I be on the ground and it be smooth. But even with that being said, shit can go from sugar to shit at any given moment. But I really enjoy myself when I be away from the house sometimes. But the how would I say it? The gift and the curse with that is you're away from the house and like shit. I've been out here for 2 weeks and my partner Boo passed away. A couple of the elderlies from the hood passed away. So like you kind of away from the dark cloud, but it finds a way to follow you. You know what I mean? So the energy different, but I'm quite sure that being in Houston or even when I'm in Beaumont, that shit's a battlefield for some people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't feel it or relate to it as being a battlefield, but the world's a battlefield. You know what I mean? So you just swap one out for the other.
They're already living there, so they're already going through it.
No, yeah, you like I did some time in LA County Jail. And I did some, and LA County Jail probably worse than some of the penitentiaries I've been into, but I knew how to carry myself. I'm seasoned, and I was invisible down there because I wasn't a gangbanger. You know what I mean? So they go hit me up, like, boom, your cuz, boom, boom, boom. We used to open this Brandy Park. You know what I mean? Okay, boom. I like y'all up there, you feel me? But they mindset is they looking for enemigos. They, if a crip tripping, he looking for blood. You know what I mean? I don't exist in their world.
Yeah.
It was, as long as I didn't do nothing to disrespect nobody or say the wrong shit, I didn't have no problem in it. Somewhere and take a person's hospitality for granted. You know what I mean? I could have went down there and be like, oh, these niggas cool. And I could have been running around and cousin with the cousins and blood with the bloods, and somebody could have got offended by that, And next thing you know, nigga, you fighting about 12 niggas back to back. But I stayed in my envelope, kind of kept to myself, and I went to jail real young. I went to youth authority, and that shit just completely desensitized and made me very dangerous. Now we was like 15, 16 years old, knocking niggas' brains out their head with locks and socks. With 3 AAA batteries taped together, 3 AAA batteries, no, not AAA, AA. Cause like the lock and sock shit was going on so much, they took all the biggest battery you could get was AA. So we took 3 AA batteries, taped them together, 3, call it a 9-pack, throw it in one sock, secure that, and nigga get on you in your sleep. So you owe some money, or you didn't got down on a one-on-one and whooped the nigga too bad, they gonna wake you up. That's what it was serious. And we the lock in the sock. So yeah, you authority just made a nigga dangerous. Seemed like shit. I don't know. Made a nigga more than dangerous, kind of made you a master manipulator when it came to doing time. I don't know. But everything I learned in my journey, anywhere I was at, anywhere my journey in life took me, I learned something. I learned a lot. They sent me to fire camp. I was young. I went to fire camp, and I thought I was like, I don't feel like going to Chad, doing hella wild shit. So I went to fire camp. I finessed my way to fire camp. We had a black senior in NRCC, and she just put me on the thing. And I just thought fire camp was gonna be fine and dandy. But I went up there and I learned a lot of shit, fought some fires, helped some people, saved some people, neighborhoods from floods and shit. Just so happened the year I went to fire camp, we experienced, it was an El Nino year. So I didn't even know what the fuck an El Nino was, but it was a storm system that brought so much rain that like the water line was on people's roofs. And we was up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and it was just different. It was a beautiful experience, but it was dangerous. I seen a lot of people get fucked up. I seen people cut themselves with chainsaws. We've been on fires, and we've been attacked by burning animals. People don't understand the element of a wildland fire. But the forest is on fire, the animals know what's going on. We trying to cut line so the fire will burn out. We trying to put a gap, like a 10 feet space of vegetation, so when a fire comes to our line, it burns out. Because a fire needs 3 things. A wildland fire needs 3 things to survive: fuel, oxygen, and heat. So we were taught to remove one of them. We removed the fuel. So if it come to our 10 feet line and the wind ain't blowing, it should burn out. You know what I mean? Because it has nothing else. So we try to get ahead of the fire and cut 10 feet of line, 6 feet, 10 feet of line. And it's usually on the side of some mountain where every time we get called out, it was on the side of a mountain on a hill, and somewhere that the tractor thing can't come, you know what I mean? But we was good at what we was doing and all the shit, but you gotta think, sometimes we on them hills, like 16, 17 men, we cut line, rocks and shit fall down, and be like, rock, boom, next thing you know, nigga getting hit in the face with a miniature boat. I done seen niggas' jaws get broke, niggas' nose get broke. I done seen the chainsaws fall in the water and disappear. Like, I thought fire camp in the beginning when you like, oh, I don't want to go to the main line, I'm gonna go to fire camp, but that shit wasn't no joke. That shit wasn't no joke. It wasn't no joke at all. Y'all fucking with that Never Die Alone Part 2, man. Me and my nigga Party Boy, we just shot the video. Shout out my nigga Party Boy behind the cameras. I appreciate you, King. We're gonna continue working. The goal will be to get you down here to the Bay Area with me one time.
I enjoy that.
Yes, sir. I enjoy talking, but a lot of people don't know that I'm a much better listener than I am a talker. You know what I mean? It's cool to shoot the shit. My audience, a lot of people I run into, they love the game I be spitting. You know what I mean? And if I say something slick and you dig it, don't just dig it, man. You know, if it makes sense, try to apply it to you. You know, because I'm always quick to tell my people. When I say my people, I'm talking about people that come from the same lineage I come from where I come from, that come from the struggle, that come from ancestors being considered as slaves. We gonna need each other one day. You know what I mean? Like on the real. Cause I come from a transition. I come from a city where I done watch niggas try to kill each other. Then we go to this system and we outnumbered by the Hispanics, the Woods, and everybody against us. And we come together with the shortest numbers, but we the strongest on the yard. We the strongest. We outnumbered by everybody. The guards want to see us, and we the strongest. I've been there, and I want to see that on the street. You know what I mean? Why the fuck we gotta be locked up and back in chains to unify and be strong? And like, you know what I mean? Like, it be shit like, you know, in a joint, if a brother getting down with another race and you don't help, your ass is out. If nigga like, if the word come back, say you walking by from anywhere and you see a brother jumping, you are mandatory to help him the same way you would want help. And we need to transition that to the street and not just on the against other races, just on the uplifting of our people.
To me, it seems like us blacks, we always in competition with each other. Everything it seemed like since we never had it, we always try to be better than each other.
But we had it before. Some people just don't know it. They want us to think we never had it, but we used to be kings and queens, bro. We had a system, and it wasn't no hospitals and none of that shit. We knew, like how the indigenous people, the Indian people, everything revolved around the land. You took care of the land took care of you. You got sick, all the shit that heal you come from the dirt, King. Mm-hmm. Everything that heal you come from the dirt. It grows. If it grows, it's alive. When we die, what they say, we go back to the dirt.
Yeah.
You know, but when you come to that colonization and all that shit, they don't give a fuck about the land. They want to kill up all the animals. They want to put them in freezers. They want to sell them to you with groceries. It's about money. Yeah. You know what I mean? The medicine, it's about money. Yeah, fuck y'all, healing yourself. We about to make this vaccine. We about to put it out. Y'all go buy it. And if we give it to you free, we testing it out on your stupid ass. And by the time we let you know what was in it, you're going to be dead. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just how people look at the world, how you interpret what's going on around you. But I be quick to tell my people, man, you know, back when I really, really had rap dreams, they was giving niggas buku money. They was giving niggas buku money and all kind of shit, right? They took that, they say, fuck that, you know. They reversed it on us. Now, the Spotify's and all that shit, they getting all the money, so shit. But niggas is independent, niggas in control of their masters or whatever. But I say all that to say that I hate to see some of the artists that's in better positions than myself or in positions I would love to be in. I hate to see them take that for granted. That's a powerful position, you know what I mean? When you get the mic and you got the world listening and you gotta really listen to you, I don't say no dumb shit. Don't Percocet, Molly. You know what I mean? Okay, it's cool. It's cool. You can have that, but when you really got the people ear, you should be giving them good game. Our people, we need to hear good shit from our people. You know what I mean? Because half the time, when it's somebody else and they talking about they doing something for us, it come with a catch. You know what I mean? I always see Lil Durk, kind of a fan, but I see he keep trying to buy his neighborhood O Block. If he get it, I would love to see what he do with it. You know what I mean? But some bullshit to me would be like, I'm about to buy my neighborhood and turn this into like affordable housing for my people. I would love to see him do that. You know what I mean? So I done seen it like 3 different times. He's trying to block. That's some big shit. You know what I mean? And I know he probably got other stuff going on, but that's big if you trying to buy a big old housing project and make it easier for your people to live. Because you look at the board right now and you really understand that everything we went through was meant to be stress filled. You understand what I'm saying? Everything like from the school system, you go to school and bullshit at school and you come home and single parent house, working moms might be on dope. It was real stress filled. But you go to the suburbs, niggas is maxing out on life they living. You know what I mean? You in junior high, you driving to school. Your friend, father is a doctor. You get the line on the college, the recommendations, everything is, you know what I mean? Mom, dad in the house, and you never seen it, heard of a struggle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting a B is probably the worst shit that ever happened to you, you know what I mean? So now that we know that the design was to break us from the gate, what can we do about it? Like, nigga, I don't want my kids to go through the same design, so that's why I do the things I do to make sure, like, I don't want them stressing. I ain't got to worry about nothing. We got this. But the thing is, now I'm putting my kids in a position for people to be looking at them like, y'all think y'all better than us? You know what I mean? And that's what we got to eliminate. As long as we got people in the same position looking at people like we all in the same position. I don't give a fuck. You got the biggest bag in the world. You can't go do the same shit as a white man with a bag the size of yours, because he gonna be able to do it with the loans and this and thank you, sir, and the recommendations, and his family. They been doing it. New money don't mean shit. Money about to be gone, nigga. Like, this shit is transfer. You have a chip. They go scan you, and that's what. So if that shit ain't transferable to something that they consider legitimate, that shit ain't even gonna go in the files. You feel me?
And like just seen the movie In Time.
Yeah, I can tell. Come on, my nigga. Bro, if they up and was like, paper currency is not it right now. What a nigga got? You better have some gold. You better have some motherfucking diamonds, or you better have some motherfucking property.
Yeah.
Without none of those, shit, with that paper money, if niggas ain't taking paper money and change no more, you know what I mean? They definitely headed in another direction with currency right there.
Oh, that flexing gonna be over.
Yeah.
They wanna see your digital wallet. What your digital wallet look like.
My nigga just flexed his digital wallet. He had about 12 billion in cryptocurrency. That's a good look. You know?
Like Money Man.
Yeah. No. One of my little homies to be making beats for me. He had just been he had been coming up on money, but he'd been invested in crypto for like the last couple years, and I can show it to you. It's my nigga Shine. Shout out my nigga Shine. So I got a nice little cachet and some Shiba coin, but yesterday he flexed and his portfolio. They call it a portfolio. I got like 50 million in Shiba coin. Come look, party boy. This nigga wallet. This nigga got like 123 billion.
Yeah.
This my nigga. This is whole portfolio, all this cryptocurrency. I only got like 50 million in one coin, but I told him, like, you gotta get me up here with you. So
he can spend that.
He's sitting on it. He going for the long haul, cause like certain coins ain't even at 1 cent right now. Like if my coin went to 1 cent, I think I would be at 5 million.
My boy just told me that yesterday. He say Dad, put $30 on there. He said, nigga, you get 10 million. You know 10 million. He said you get 10 bands and your shit reach 1 cent.
So that's the kind of shit Shy been doing. Like every time if he hit for $5 grand, he can probably go put $2 grand in crypto. every time he get a paycheck,
Oh,
he
yeah.
put it. So that's how his got so big. But that shit, that shit is real, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but it be that kind of shit. Like I always tell, if I got something good, anybody to fuck with me, I tell them like, go put a couple dollars in this, go do this, and I think we need more of that. This as our people, so niggas be trying to unify cities and neighborhoods, nigga. Our people, we gotta learn how to love each other and trust each other again, man. You know. I would go as far as to say that they not gonna respect us as a race until they see us respecting each other. You see how they respect the Chinaman people? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The Asian American, whatever you want to call them. Like, they know if some bad shit happen or you fuck over one of them, you get the boycott. If one of them stand up and say, fuck this place, you ain't go. And they already spend their money in their own neighborhoods and shit anyway.
Yeah. Buy
You
their
know
own
what I
cars,
mean?
all that.
So, I got a lot of respect for the people. I know everybody got some bullshit going on in their race, but our next door neighbors is Hispanic, and I don't know funny shit, but I ain't never did a head count, but it's about like 14 of them in one house, but it's peaceful, it's quiet, hella kids, and it's like we gotta get back to that, like we got households with two cousins to come and tear that motherfucker up. They tripping, or one might be a blood, or one might be a crip. That shit don't even make sense. You know what I mean? You know. But yeah. The new year coming into the new year. Rest in peace, Draco the Ruler. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Rest in peace, Biaggi. A friend of mine just passed away. A lot of good fellas just passed away. My big homie Boo. Man, rest in peace to anybody who done lost a loved ones for this new year change. And I ain't a stranger to death. I've been surrounded by it for a long time.